Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Kasturi from Unilever Food Solutions, which is one of the leading food service providers globally. Our presenter today is the Culinary Chef Experience Advisor of Unilever Food Solutions Catering, Chef Tebogo Ramatsui. Today, he will be joined by Chef Andile Somda from Aziko Restaurant and Chef Mahlomola Tame from TM Innovations.
Yes, it's
South
very well.
Africans eat 10 times more chicken than beef. And with our versatile chicken solutions, get ready to deliver on flavor, consistency, and versatility your customers will love. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the question box. We will answer them at the end of the presentation. Now, without any further ado, we turn our time over to Chef Tebogo, Chef Andile, and Chef Mahlomola.
Yes, Chef.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Chef Tebogo from Unilever Food Solutions. And today I'm excited to be joined by two chefs that I admire, Chef Mahlomola and Chef Andile, who are joining us from Rwanda. So we'll be discussing chicken gives beef the bird. So basically, it's all around the fact that studies have shown that South Africans eat 10 times more chicken than beef. And I just wanted to engage with the chefs to hear their opinion on this and then what they experience in their field. So this equates to about 28 million chickens a week that South Africans consume, 21% of which goes to fast food restaurants. So chefs, welcome. And
Yes, Chef.
please give your insights on the statement that I just made. And what do you see out there in the industry? Is it true? Is it a fact that South Africans eat more chicken than beef? 10 times.
Yeah, just to agree with you, Chef, with that. If you remember that there's a couple of sectors in the country, in any country, in fact. Chicken gets consumed from households, gets consumed from fast food outlets, gets consumed from restaurants, and gets consumed from hotels.
Yeah.
And so there's those, and then also over and above that, there is also big sectors like your ESCOMs, like your mining. The canteens are running these things. They are buying so many birds to feed their miners, to feed their farmers, to feed their people who are working in the big, huge construction sites, and that falls under the canteen belt.
Yes.
So I quite agree with that sentiment, Chef. And I was actually slightly expecting much more than the 28 million chickens a week. Probably we should be in the region of about 30 to 34 million chickens weekly. Because of, it's a staggering amount of chickens it's over 1 billion chicken that are consumed in the country, per annum. It's a staggering amount of chickens. So that's why it's opening a lot of opportunities for people like yourselves to make sure that you get into that market and make sure that you get seasoning to the level of making sure that industry is captured by you guys.
For sure. No,
Yeah, just
we've got a number of seasonings then and breading as well. We have Akno chicken breading, which comes in spicy and original. That is was designed to help the operators out there to add more flavor to their chickens. And then, in your opinion, Chef, because I know chicken from nose to tail, we always say, and I like to call it our national bird. I know our national bird is the blue crane, but I think it's the deputy national bird, the chicken. So with the rising prices, how are you guys coping, to make sure that you still deliver the best quality to your customers amongst the high prices that we are seeing these days?
Yeah, Chef, if you can check before COVID, example of chicken per kg, because I use a lot of chicken and in the catering space, I am in the catering space. And in all my events, I'm not joking, all the events that I do, each and every client on the menu, they normally require to have chicken. And if you can say in terms of affordability, our people in the location, anywhere in South Africa, everyone can afford. It's about affordability. They can afford to buy chicken compared to beef. And you'll be shocked. As per research that we have done here in Rwanda, you'll be shocked that Rwanda, the meat that's selling more is beef and chicken comes second. But now in South Africa, it's chicken and then beef and other meats. So the affordability plays a big role. And the other thing, how we affecting us, everything that we do as chefs, we cost it. So regardless of any need, you have to base on the cost that you do. So when it comes to chicken, it's a very affordable meat. You can afford to buy chicken in any regards, in any time.
Okay, no, wonderful, chef. No, it's true. I
Yes,
mean, it's like look at Botswana as well. I see it in
yes,
Botswana. Beef is consumed more than any other protein. It's readily available and it's very well priced for
yes.
people to afford. It's exactly the same. No, very interesting, chef. So, what do you find are the most popular cuts of chicken that people usually go to?
The cuts, chef, they differ from client to client. From because of in the restaurant space, it's always the chicken breast. I mean, you don't see leg quarters in the restaurant thriving there. The shisanyama, your fast food outlets, you then get your leg quarters, you then get your chicken wings, you
Yes.
then get your drumsticks,
Mm,
and all that. You like, I'm talking about your KFCs, your chicken leggings.
mm.
They thrive in making sure that they've got special recipes and dishes under these flagships of your chicken wings, your drumsticks, and everything, and all those things. But when it comes to catering, the whole bed gets consumed as is. And obviously, what we do is we know that the ambassador is here.
As I said, maybe what you do is just quickly go and say hello.
Okay.
Come back once going.
Yeah, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run quickly away because of the ambassador. We've been waiting for the ambassador. He's here already. I'm gonna let Mahlomola run, and then after that I'll come, and then Mahlomola will go away, and I'll come and run.
Yes.
Is that fine, chef?
Thank you.
Is that
No
fine
problem.
for you, chef? Chick? Can we do that, chef?
Of course, no problem, chef. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, because of this session, chef, to me,
It's
to us,
quite important.
it's very important because of the
Yes.
ambassador is late, chef. We're more committed to our companies in South Africa,
No, I
we wait
understand.
Yes, just
Please
for
go ahead.
chef, on the ambassador.
Please go ahead,
Yeah.
chef.
Yeah. Okay, chef. I'm coming.
Yeah, Chef. Just to add as what Chef Andile was talking about, the portions and the types. Personally, myself in my event space, what I normally do, I prefer to buy whole beds and portion it according to the portions that I want, based on the menu choices. If you've got chicken breast, I'll put chicken breast, and then whatever in terms of affordability and cost cutting, it's always best when you buy the whole bed. So I always advise people who run catering and events that buy whole beds and portion it according to the portions that you want. In terms of cost, it works much more better and much more affordable. And then personally, what I'd like to advise people is that when you buy chicken, avoid buying frozen chicken. It's always best to buy fresh chickens from the markets and everywhere. All it depends on your supply. All my suppliers, I prefer them to supply me with fresh chicken and then use it. Maybe if I want to buy a volume, let me rather portion it and freeze it myself than buy it frozen.
No, it makes
And
a lot of
improve
sense, chef. Makes a lot of
and,
sense.
improve the quality. When you buy frozen, you know the quality that you are buying, and you can see that this is fresh. And then now, if maybe you have an access and you buy more, you can be able to freeze it. And then after freezing it, the most important thing is that the methods that you're using to defrost the same chicken is going to affect the taste and the quality as well when you do your presentation.
Of course, chef. Yeah, because that was
Yes,
going to be another question I was interested in asking. Like, how do you choose your suppliers of chicken? Because I know there's a lot of factories out there. A lot of people are getting into the chicken breeding space.
yes.
So I'm interested to know how you choose your suppliers to provide the best quality.
In terms of the suppliers, you have to check how long are they breeding the chicken for, how many weeks and so forth. And because these chicken that comes for 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes they may not tend to be nice and flavored. So the younger the chicken, the better. Because when the chicken is old, for instance, when you do like hard body chicken, of which Chef Andile use that a lot, there's hard body chicken that you buy a bulk. And what I've realized is that it's always better when you buy bulk. So in terms of, it all depends on the weeks. How many weeks is the chicken? And then as I've said again, frozen or fresh, it's really affecting the quality.
Of course, yes.
Yes.
No, chef, yeah, because it's very interesting how diverse or user friendly chicken is as a protein. There's so much you
Yes.
can do, and then
Yes.
yeah, I was also you being in the catering space. I'm really interested because a lot of people are struggling with this, chef, when it comes to food waste. How
Yes.
best do you like to repurpose your leftover chicken?
You know what, Chef? Let me tell you one thing. It's very important that you do portion controlling when you do your events so that you avoid wastage. For instance, if I know I've got 20 people, I know that I need two whole beds or two whole beds maybe and two other portions when I do my buffets, which is 8 portions. So when I portion my chicken myself, when I portion the chicken, that's why the reason I buy whole is because I'm going to use each and every part of the chicken. I don't even trim it. I just portion it nicely. It's going to be 8 pieces per chicken. When you cut it that way, there is no wastage. So important thing is you have to control your portions, how you portion it, and how you store it. So the portioning is very important. For instance, if maybe you portion it and then you take your chicken breast, the chicken breast, the bones, you can use the bones for the sauce. Make a sauce or sometimes make a stew or something. There is nothing going to the bin because sometimes I'm involved in charity. So if I have those bones that are leftovers, I use those bones to make soup and I give soup to people to eat. There is nothing going to the bin into my kitchen most of the time.
No, no, wonderful, chef. And I have to commend you for all the work that you are doing because I've been watching all the charity work that you are involved in. And yeah, no, big up
Yes.
to you, chef. Big up to you. Keep
Thank you.
going.
Thank you, my brother.
And
Thank you, my chef.
you're really helping a lot of people who are underprivileged. And that's,
Yes.
yeah, that's amazing. And in
Yes,
your
chef.
opinion, when it comes to flavoring or just to give the best customer experience, how do you maneuver that, chef? How do you do your best to give the customer the out of the world experience when it comes to chicken? Because many
Chef.
people cook chicken the same way. Either they put
Yes.
it in the dry, or they make a
Yes.
chicken curry, or they just roast it in the oven. So
Yeah.
what do you do? What innovative ways do you use to give your customers the best experience?
Chef, the best way of doing things, chef, is using fresh ingredients, chef. Fresh herbs are the best. Get fresh herbs from the garden. If you can see, through the inspiration of Chef Andile, I managed to have a garden, a herb garden in my yard. I've got rosemary, I've got coriander, I've got thyme, I've got little bit of chili there. I mix most of the herbs. Most of the chicken that we do is using fresh herbs, using a fresh lemons. I've tried by all means, and obviously we use a lot of Unilever products. There's a lot of your fresh. I like your vegetable seasoning. It's always with a little bit of paprika, coriander, and everything. So create fresh ingredients, everything, and then obviously it all depends whether you want to do a dry wrap or wet wrap. So it all depends on the type of chicken. If you do a dry wrap, you guys just do a little bit of paprika, little bit of salt and pepper. You use some little bit of fresh oil and garlic and everything. So I always try by all means to use fresh ingredients and fresh herbs to do our chickens.
Wow, no, no, that's amazing, chef. Yeah, and I think I
Yeah.
would like to agree with you there that those fresh herbs and then the garlic, they really add a
Yes.
very nice, yeah, flavor to the chicken. And
Yes.
then, chef, in your catering business, we talk about that huge amounts of chicken that is being consumed, I can just
Yes.
imagine how much chicken you go through yourself
Yes.
in your
Yes.
business.
Pardon?
So yeah, so now I just wanted to ask you how much, if you estimate, how much chicken do you go through in your catering functions?
On a busy month, I can easily go to about 60 to 80 kgs.
Wow,
Easily, yes.
no, that's
when I
crazy.
big when I have big events, that's more I use it a lot. But being a chef and running a small business, I try by all means in my fridge as I speak to you now. There's always about we always have about 10 kg just for any backups or any last minute called event. So I always try to keep a product in my fridge as well.
Yeah, wow.
Chef
So
Andile is back.
you must have quite a bit of storage there, because I'm sure I can imagine, especially
Yeah.
buying for upcoming functions, you need
Yes,
quite a
chef.
substantial amount of storage.
Yes. Chef Andile is here. Is back here, chef.
Okay, chef. No, thank you very much, chef, for your time. Please enjoy your
Thank you very
time,
much.
and then we'll connect when you come back.
Finish them.
No, thank you, chef. Over to Chef Andile.
Hi, my chef.
Chef T. Yes,
Oh
my
yeah.
chef.
No, yeah, we've been chatting with Chef and Chef Mahlomola,
Yes,
you know,
chef.
about the chicken, and I was asking him, like in his field, in his business, what cuts does he find are the most popular when it comes to the bird?
Repeat the question again, chef.
What cuts are the most popular, like you in your restaurant? What do you find are the most popular cuts that people
You
prefer?
know, the most popular cut, chef. You know what we do is in our restaurant we sell the traditional hard body chicken.
Of
The most
course, yes.
popular part in our restaurant, and in fact, generally, is your what do you call it, leg quarters.
The leg quarters.
Yeah, leg
Because
quarters are
I've
very very popular.
had your hard body chicken, yeah, no,
Yeah,
delicious.
it's leg
And
quarters,
I
and then
think
in fact,
in
and
store.
funny enough, I like the breast part, and
That
at
is,
times I will not even eat chicken if there's no breast, because I
no,
just like
yeah,
the
I'm
mkwepas part. I
also
love it.
into I love my breast.
Yes. Yeah, so it's just personal preference, but unfortunately, the most popular is your leg quarter. And funny enough, we get into situations whereby a lot of customers they just ask us for a leg quarter, and they get it very very personal and angry with us that when we don't have what they want, so they're not happy with us, and we always try to find a way of explaining ourselves to them that I mean when we buy chickens, we buy the whole bird, and I mean, it's not fair to us when you're asking us to give you leg quarter. Who's going to consume the upper part of the chicken? So, but we always find a way of explaining ourselves to them. And but unfortunately, the leg quarter is extremely popular in our restaurant.
Yeah, and another thing is, chef, that I would like to know. I think also the viewers are interested from you from a restaurant perspective. How do you go out of your way to give your customers the best chicken experience?
What the most important thing we've been telling the chefs here, even here in Rwanda, a chicken, chef, a chicken, you must not undercook it. And also, once you overcook it, also you're killing it. Yeah, said the method of cooking and preparing the product, it's very, very, very important. And then on top of that, over and above that, chef, the other thing that is also important is how you flavor your food. I mean, if you decide to, a customer decides to serve, in our situation, we have products that enter, sometimes we even have fourth or fifth, that we serve it, we pair it with these things. What we do is we make sure that if the customer wants a chicken, a chicken with a dumpling and obviously vegetables and all that, what we do is we make sure that when we serve the dumpling, the taste is exactly consistently the same all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very important.
How do we flavor that? We make sure that if we decide to use your aromat, because that's what we use at our restaurant, we use aromat, nothing else, for
Yes,
the hard body chicken. Or if in the absence of aromat, we use chicken stock, your powder chicken stock from Unilever. That's what we
yeah.
use at the restaurant, nothing else. So
No, so
yeah, so that's what we do. So anything, once you deviate and use something else, it,
the
get, it
customers
affects
pick it up very quickly.
it affects the texture of the flavor of the product. And customers can pick it up because of their use. When we launched our recipes, we've launched our recipe using your flagship seasoning. And once we deviate, we start using something else. They pick it up just like that, chef.
Yeah.
Of course. And another thing I'm interested to find out, chef,
Yes.
how do you, in your restaurant, because you know a lot of people are struggling with waste, how do you
Yeah.
make sure that you maybe cook the right amount to minimize waste, or also what methods are you using to repurpose if there is any leftovers?
Yeah. What we do is we hardly buy stuff food. Like I'm coming from a hotel background. I'm coming from a restaurant background where staff are not allowed to eat what is sold to customers.
Yeah,
So
that's
in that case, what we do is every time when we have surplus food but still consumable, that gets consumed by staff. Or what we do is we give it to charitable organizations, or else we give it to people from time to time who loiter around our area. We just make sure that we get those things to here. And then how do we then avoid? Sorry, chef. How do we then avoid wastage? Is we always buy. It's like myself. I'm having my own vegetable garden. We always harvest what we need for the day. We always buy what we need for the day. We always bring, as Cloak said, we always make sure that we have backup stock. I do the same thing too. We always have a backup stock that makes sure that we make sure that is always there to make sure that we don't run because of the products get finished because of sometimes we just it's a Murphy's law business. We get busy, very busy, but what we do is we don't overcook food. Because once you cook too much, you're going to be left with a lot of surplus food. Sometimes it can be consumable, it can be not consumable. Then we have to throw that away. To avoid that, you just make sure that you cook as what you need, and then on top of that, you go we know we've actually picked up during the weekend. We get this busy, we get that busy, so we make sure that we cook extra food to make sure that customers also do not wait for food for a long time. Customer complain about such things. So we always make sure that chef, we read the clientele and then we make sure that we cook as the amounts that are anticipated to be served. The wastage in our industry, chef, is crazy, chef. It's
No,
something
it's
that we must always try by all means. That even like myself, when I take stock, chicken stock, beef stock, aromats and paprika and turmeric and all those things, I always make sure that we take the amounts that we need. If we put 1 kg, we know that 1 kg can last us for about 2 to 3 days or a week. We put those amounts out there, yeah, and chef, to make sure that we don't overbuy things that we don't need because of what happens is like some of the spices that you buy, and and I use them now, they get those black things, those black insects, they grow inside
yes.
them, and you can't use that again,
Yeah, no,
and
I
the company
understand.
loses money. So you must
Of
always make sure that you buy what you need and you use as and when you need it. And then you also make sure that if you have a vegetable garden or if you are buying from your local spa, your local Pick and Pay, you must always buy what the amounts that you need. You rather go 2 to 3 times to the shops than to buy a lot of stock that you don't necessarily need to use for that day or two.
Of course. And chef, just on a different note there, can you please briefly tell us why you are in Rwanda besides getting me some akabanga oil?
Yes, that oil, Akabanga oil is. How do you know this thing, chef? You're well traveled, chef.
Hey,
Um,
no, I know a lot of people from different places. So.
yeah, that's nice, but chef. We're crazy with that oil, chef. We're gonna take some
And
of
please
the
don't
some of.
come back if you don't have my oil.
No, chef. I'll make sure that I bring you one, chef. I'll bring you one, my brother.
Yeah, just for the audience,
The reason
just
why,
briefly tell us
the
tell
reason
us why you are in Rwanda, chef.
Yes. The reason why we're in Rwanda, chefs, is we've been doing, that, chef, and we've been doing a lot of development and skills development around South Africa. So now this thing, chef, has got traction from around Africa and around the world. If you remember 2019, I was actually myself invited to Ukraine, and I said to Mahlomola, close, come with me, chef. Let's go to Ukraine. I was invited by University of Kiev to go and assist and launch and open a culinary section at the University of Kiev. So we were invited there, chef, and because of based on the fact that we've been doing skills development at the Marula Festival and other places. Also, we've been to myself and the late Semi Machine at Cloaks and Chef Kumalo and a few other chefs. I don't know why you were not with us, chef. We were in Mafikan Hotel School, chef.
No, I had other commitments, but next time I'll definitely join you, chef.
Yes, chef. Yes. Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
we were
yeah,
invited, chef, to go and help the schools to go in and launch this, that, and the other, and do the talk, chef. Skills development, training, hygiene, entrepreneurship as a chef, all those things, chef. And over and above the chef, we are members of African Chefs Alliance. African Chefs Alliance, chef, is a body that was formed recently, chef, by Sean Smith, Isaac, and with our backing also, chef, where we are trying our utmost best, chef, to unite chefs around Africa to help them to form associations for chefs because of there's a lot of countries around Africa, chef, and maybe 80 to 70% of them have no associations for chefs. So yeah, so there's no hotel schools, chef, that are formalized, chef. People are just training people. They call the place hotel school, chef. Yeah, so we are helping them to formalize their sectors, and then to register them at the World Chef to become members of World Chefs.
Yes.
And so that's what we're doing, chef, around Africa, chef. We are really plowing back into Africa, chef, and everybody. I mean, Kenya they don't have association for chefs, and then Tanzania, chef, and they don't have association for chefs. We don't want these countries to be left behind, chef. Zambia does not have association for chefs.
Yes.
We don't want to leave these countries behind, chef. We know that other people were also involved in the African diaspora, but unfortunately, some of the wrong things happened, chef, where we don't want to get involved with that, but we just want to get on a social responsibility
Now,
side.
Chef, in the
And then-
interest of time, Chef, I would like to give away a bag of Knorr chicken breading to anybody who will get the answer, the question that I'm going to ask correctly. Before
Yes,
before we close off, we got 1 minute left.
Yes, chef.
Yes, to the audience, who can tell me the percentage of chicken that goes to the fast food industry?
Sure.
And my Chef Pinky here will tell me who answers first.
Put it on the chat.
Say hi to our chef, Chef Pinky. We love her. We miss her.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'll send you regards.
We love you, Pingzo. We love you, Pingzo.
Yeah, and also to the audience, please log on to ufs.com for a very interesting recipe. And in the handouts, you'll see I have put in a very, very interesting and magnificent recipe book of different chicken dishes that you can do using our products. But yeah, please go in and also follow me on Instagram on chef_Tebogo for more interesting. Have you got an answer, Chef Pinky?
Yes, Berenice Link says 21%, and then Vuvusi Potokele also said 21%. Is it correct?
So Bernice is correct.
No, but then they both said it at 10:29.
At the same time. Okay,
So-
we'll be sending both of you a nice, wonderful bag of no chicken breading. You can bread 500 drumsticks with this product right here.
Yes.
And congratulations, well done.
Yes.
Okay, and also for learning, please go on to UFS Academy, download the app on your mobile phone, and access over 500 courses that you can use to upskill yourself. And I would like to thank Chef Mahlomola and Chef Andile for the
Thank you,
great
Chef.
work that they are doing, and also for joining us for their time.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Chef, keep up the good work. And
Thank you, Chef.
yeah,
Thank you, Chef.
and next time I promise I'll be joining you.
Thank you.
No matter where we are, chef, around the world, chef, we are willing to work with you guys. And in
Yes.
fact, this is an opportunity for you guys to spread your product around Africa.
Yeah.
Of
We'll
course.
support you, my chef.
And we'll support you every step of the way.
Thank you,
No,
chef.
thank you so much, Chef. I really appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Pingzo.
Thanks.
When you come
Oh.
back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, chefs. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Pinky.
Enjoy then and yeah, make an impact, Chef.
Thank you, chef.
That's it, chef.
That's
We're gonna hold our South African flag, chef, very high.
Thank you.
That's it.
Oh, for sure. It's the only way.
Yes, chef. We'll bring you
Yes,
the oil,
sir.
chef.
Let's
Thank
show
you,
them
Chef.
how it's done.
Thank
Definitely.
you, chef.
Sure.
Thank you, Chef.
Close.